Hello, everybody. My name is Strad. Um, my friends call me Bones. For today, what I'm doing is I'm trying to answer some questions if anybody jumps into the channel to ask them. And also, going to do some of my dailies, try and build up some tunes here. So, I'm going to come over here, and as you notice, I sent these out way earlier today. What I'm doing here, pretty much farming up some little runes along with um, pieces for phantoms. Here, collecting elemental pieces so that you can evolve them. Demon Fortress. You have two different types of runes that you can get. 5 from each one, 6 from each one. I decided to go for the Wolf Demon of Darkness one for theirs. And we got the Phantasma. And this is where you get materials to up your armor. So I'm going to go through here, and the first thing I'm going to do before I do that, you notice these guys are maxed out, so they get no bonus from it. So what I usually do is I switch up, like here, he's at 80, so I need to move him out because there's no higher he can go being an Evo 2. And I'm going to look at what Evos I have. All these first 8 are maxed out, max. She can gain some from it. She's only 60, so I'll add her in. And this is a little trick that when you do Evo your people, your bigger people, so that you can transfer experience over from here and from these other ones that I've been holding it on. Now you notice this guy's an Evo 4S, so I messed him up a long time ago when I first started playing the game. Learn the hard way, don't Evo an S to 4. Because there's nothing you can do with him. You're stuck with him forever. He can't be used to Evo any other ones before. They're supposed to be changing it whenever the update drops. However, currently they don't. So what I do is I just fill him full of experience and then wait until I Evo somebody and use that experience along with these other people's to take that person to max level as fast as possible. So now that I have, let's make sure that I click the button. Sometimes I don't. Say I didn't. Click use, switch to this group long enough to come up to the battle assistant and claim these. Now you can go back and you can see what their levels were beforehand. We got 2 pieces for Bloody Overlord, not too good. Looks like 5 pieces for LOS. And here we got an S-Class Merlin and 8 SS Class pieces of Merlin, along with a lot of experience. Good way to take them up quick. Now, I want to show you, by going back here, you notice she was 60, now she's 72, and I haven't even gone to the rest. So you want to keep an eye on a little bit while you're taking them up, so you don't cap one out and waste all that experience. 17 here, and that was a full 640 energy. Same this. Got 12 this time though. These are the Evo 1 mats. These are the Evo 2s, Evo 3s. These will stack up forever. We're hoping they come up with a way so you can deconstruct them down to the 1s. Notice 11 here, 2 on the 3s, 13 on the 2s. Lots of experience dumped into your people. Now you noticed I still got 1 left to go. I'm going to go back and check my formation. See, she's capped out. He's capped out. No need to keep putting it into there. So let's go from highest Evo to lowest. Now, I have this one here. He's maxed out already. No books needed. So this guy's just food. So I'm going to put him in there. Then I'm going to look for another one, and it looks like I don't have any more Evo 2s to put in there. So I'll just take a random Evo 1. Now the Evo 3s and 4s have a ways to go still. Go back here, Elemental Lords. And only 8 waters. See, it does vary considerably. Sometimes it's kind of frustrating, especially if you have 100 blue, 100 water phantoms and they only give you 8. Demon Fortress, let's see what we get here. Another huge amount, along with some experience boosters for your phantoms and runes. Phantasmagoria? Maybe. Not as much experience, but does give you the stuff you need. Another 45,000 here, along with 400,000 experience. Now, I do both of these because they both give good and decent, items. And if you go only one at a time, then it takes you forever to take them up. Looks like we got the Phantasmer. Also, it takes this up a little bit for you, gives you a small reward. Let's go back over here to the formation. And you notice these two that come in at 1 on the tail end of all that are already back up to 52. He went to 116, went to 95. You can notice how the bigger Evos take a lot more to get up there. That's why I have so much experience just laying around to be transferred when I need it. Now these were gotten from farming over here in Corasia. Use those. Looks like got a lot of purples, no golds, and some blues just to feed into the others. These boxes here, as you can say, mystical box containing Soul Legendary Darkness Phantom. You have a chance to summon an SS quality Phantom. Every now and then I'll get an SS. I'm saving these. Currently I have like 25 of each type. These are more fragments, more pieces. 99. You get a lot of these things when you're farming for elementals, so it helps you build up your supply of heroes, or phantoms actually, over a period of time. Now another thing you get from, here's more fragments from these books. Okay, so we also ended up getting some gold and silver books out of that, which will come in handy when we need them. As you can tell, I have been farming for a second. And that's mainly because it takes so much to Evo anything in this game. All the phantoms are very expensive on Evo. Hopefully another thing they'll be changing. So I'm going to go to the blacksmith for the main reason that the blacksmith takes you right over here where you can automatically melt down the armors you don't want and turn it into pieces to take the armors you're working on up. Quick, easy farm. It takes no vigor whatsoever. Just leave your guy farming while you're at work, while you're out at night, whatever. Set up your macros for other things, but looks like we got a compensation email. 2 books, 1 vigor potion. Always comes in handy. They give you those every single time they have to shut the servers down. Now, a lot of, like I was saying, I'm saving those boxes. You think I didn't have many, but when I go to my storehouse, you see that, like I said, I have about 25 of each. So let's place those in there. Watch those numbers go up. I'm hoping when the update comes out to open all of these and get a choice, of some really good phantoms out of those, rather than what I've been getting here recently, which has been kind of disappointing. Farm all those all these times, and sure, I get some SS's, but I've never gotten a rare or ultra rare out of it. So looking back here, we've got different pieces. It looks like I can do some evolving if I wish. 33 million silver. or gold, excuse me. From here, I've got over 3 million here. So the only problem is having enough phantoms, which here's all, the cause of all those fragments you saw me claiming. So here, summon, there you go. Without having to open books, without having to do a whole bunch of other stuff. While you're farming, you can build up your phantoms for food. Most of these being A's do not hurt one bit because you need them. You need a lot of phantoms in this game to evo phantoms currently. Once again, we hope that the update changes that. So, keep going. Like I say, you notice most of these are a certain color. I get a lot of green phantoms, a lot of wind. The other one I get a lot of is the water ones. Notice I'm clicking the button to get rid of that red dot because otherwise it drives me crazy. Not that I have far to go. So you see these experienced phantoms down here. If you don't dump them into somebody, then when you're trying to evo it, dumps them into the evos and wastes your experienced phantoms. So I'm going to do this. See where my evo phantoms are. Got all these 80s down here that we were using. And I'll go here. And this may very well fill him up. I don't know. It's not that many. Looks like we got a couple levels out of it though. 96,000 out of 5. With that done, I'm going to go back over here, change my formation back, so that anybody doing PvP doesn't get a free shot at me. And let's see what we can do. Quick and easy part. Take these ones, turn them in. Next thing, now it doesn't hurt too bad to use a 2 here because you don't need a lot of SS's to taking up to 3. Okay, so they always want to put her in the lead. I do not want to take her up. What I want to do is find a different 2. Such as this one. Now you notice most of these I've been working on. Let's use that S, get her out of there as fast as possible. This one, and this one. Now they all have experience and they're all going to go into, now I'm keeping her. Don't really plan on keeping him, but at the moment I don't need him. He'll come in handy later. And you see that she went from 80 to automatically to 100. Now I probably wasted a little bit of experience doing that, but it's better than not boosting them. And that experience can be dumped into the next person up. As you saw, I have 2 3s, but the person I'm working on doesn't need a 3, he needs a 4. Now I got a 5 sitting there, got a 4 there, so as soon as I get another 4, which would be, let's see, one more 3 actually. I build one more 3, I'll have a 4. I'll be able to mix it with this one to pump old Merlin up, and then I can immediately take him to 6 for this guy. So I've been slowly getting going to it here. Fortunately, it looks like I'm out of the phantoms to build. but that's only because I'm kind of waiting. Hoping that I can farm more books and stuff without. I mean, if you look at this here, there's 3 stacks of 99. There's 5 more stacks of 99. Then you got these. I am holding myself back a little bit, but there's not a real need at this point to just crank Merlin up and out. There's some other Phantoms getting ready to come out when they do the update. And I would love to use what I've got, these, and these, along with what's in storage, to attempt to get that new guy as soon as possible. Or any other new ones that they may come out with, not just the one. Hello, another TV viewer. Tenarf. Hope I'm pronouncing it right. Let's see. Well, if there's anything else that you would like, since you're the only one here, you got the floor. If there's something you'd like to see, or something you'd like to have hints on about the game, type it in chat. I'll go over it. Now, a lot of people have arguments with this build. Number one, because of these. Well, the bad part is that sometimes you got to use what you got. What I would like to get is these. Why? Because they give crit rate. These here, natural thing is crit damage. So if I could get 2 of those crit rates, as you notice, I have 71%. Just putting them on, and these are low ones, these are blue ones, they're not even purple or gold. If you notice, well, technically it went down, but also there's 13% here. So once it's taken up, and once I have other boosts, what I'm looking for is to replace these here, which this is another 13% crit rate. So if you add those two, which is 26, plus the 12, you have 38%, which is the whole reason these ones haven't gotten moved off yet. Because not only do they give a damage boost, right here, but with their current stats, here's another 13% crit damage boost, 13% crit rate, 13% crit rate, magic damage boost. As you can see, they're a bit nasty. So 26 is a lot better than 12. If I do end up getting these harvest runes and get a very good crit rate, like this one here might be able to be rolled up to it. You just have to roll it and see. Then I would instantly take these off to get that extra boost. Okay, so I will be right back in just a second. Okay, sorry about that. Had to share it over in guild chat. See if anybody wanted to come in and ask any questions, have me show them anything. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to work on some stuff I've been working on here lately, which is pretty much getting these up. These are now 9. They were 6s the other day. That's why I have 23,000 here. Come over here. And one other thing you want to do is you don't want to just take your stuff up. You notice I've been working trying to get this to flip its ability. Well, that's because I can't seem to get a different one of those with 2 or 3 abilities on it. So I'm trying to get the best ability that I can possibly do, and as you see, refining it's costing 5,000 apiece. And it's not being very friendly. That's probably the best one I've gotten so far, so I am going to reforge it. For now, I have 8,000 of those and 26,000 of those, so let's try one more time. The smelting's done. So I have to come back again later. But that is better. Takes up the crit rate. Helpful. Let's see from here. Did I earn anything here? A little bit. What did we get? Complete any instance 10 times. Like I said, I've been running instances trying to get armors. Down here is consume diamonds. I could get some extra books. 9,900 would get a skill phantom, which would allow me to skill up one of my phantoms. So since I do have a decent supply, I am going to go here. For some reason it bounced out. And I'm going to use a few diamonds. Now I should go back here and be able to get a couple more here, some more books, and let's see, what's it take? Other 2,070. $2,100. That'll cover the bill. And finish off all the diamonds, giving me the skill phantom for my phantoms and the money and 4 more books. So as you see, that's jumped to 70 from 61. Quite a few of vigors, which will definitely come in handy. Didn't use too many, just about 5 grand, but it was worth it because it got me quite a bit of stuff. Now, skill phantom, let's see. Bloody Overlord. My Bloody Overlord is a 1-1-1-1-1. And everybody probably smacks him to pieces because of it. But what I want to do, okay, so she's also nothing but 1s. Let's see, is he the one? Yep. So here's where you see the difference in their abilities. That damage is clear to 65% max hit points. And chance to absorb attack bar increased to 60%. That's why you want to earn them skill phantoms. That's why you want to get copies of the phantoms. Just to take them up. Now this is another one that is really close. 4, 4, 3. But I haven't been able to max him out. Now a lot of people say he is not an in-game character. Well, if he's not an in-game character, he sure can carry you quite far. And a lot of people probably disagree with what I'm about ready to do. but I would like to take him up. It's probably a bad thing. So let's change that. Because I can farm him. I can farm pieces of him. This one, my beloved Ankh. I have kept hold on to for a long time. And each one of these has been taken up by either a skill phantom or by getting pieces of her. And all my skill phantoms, because one day I plan on putting her back in my main crew once she gets some more level, has gone into Ankh. Her Wild Blade is now level 3, taking it up to slashing damage to random target increases to 95%. Her starting was 80. Now she's at 95. Now if I can get that to there, it'll go to 105. And anybody who knows Ankh knows that this is death. It is pure death, especially when you pop that first. Bad part is Bloody Overlord doesn't have to wait a turn. Unfortunately, Ankh does, because the auto pilot goes ahead and pops this first, whether she needs the health or not. So to use her effectively, you need to use her solo. You need to control her and make sure she doesn't use it at the wrong time. Right here, physical attack increases by 240%. What I really wanted out of that was that 260% kick. Because when she does this and then she does this, that's when things start to die. And in truth, I need to take her up to 200 and just push it, because then she could literally push you through any current dungeon in the game. Now I have been having problems with the volume, so anyone who's in here, it looks like there's a couple of you, would you be willing to type into chat if my volume on my mic is up good enough, or whether I still need to work on it? Just let me know, please. So I am going to change my formation just a bit. You notice LOS is 180, she's 160. If I get her to 180, I believe she'll be viable again. But I also have to take a white character up, which means I would either have to sacrifice once again Merlin, or create another light character to level 4 and push him up, so that I could take her up to 7. Some people say she's not viable because of Bloody Overlord. However, I think if I took her up, that her and Bloody Overlord together would be a lot stronger than Bloody Overlord and LOS. Also, she has to be capped out. How do you get her pieces? Oh, that's a little bit of a story, because there's only one way to get her. I've never gotten a piece to drop anywhere else except for right here. As you notice, it's by spending money. How much money do you want to spend to get Ankaras? You can get each piece of her as you go up. You can use skill phantoms into her. I'm hoping to finish her off way before I spend any kind of money like that. So let's look and see what runes Ankaras has on it. Her being a physical phantom, I'm also using two other physical phantoms, so her runes are not top notch. Even if she has see, I'm missing a couple for either set to get the 4-point kicker. What I would like is to get two of these. Well, actually, I don't need those because these, which are physical attack, also give crit rate. They're the advanced version of the harvest runes. You farm them through PvP, events, other stuff like that. To go with it, you can either, I mean, there's lots of choices. There really is. But most people will tell you right here, the critical damage. And they get a crit rate, critical damage to take, or crit damage one, and then get crit rate on all these. Make sure you have a high crit rate to go with the high crit damage. For now, this is what I got on it until I get the other runes. I could very well take off the runes from her or from him. However, I'm not going to at this time. But I've never, these three pass runes back and forth. But these two are really important to keep speed up and to keep their abilities going. So with that said, let's go see if Ankaris with her new abilities, our new strength, let's see how far we can push through on here. Now, I think if I get her to 180, that would be enough for her to push through. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in on GVH with Angela alone without any of her backup from my other two characters and see how far she can make it with Ankaris and Bloody Overlord. I always try and target one of those healers because they're a pain in the butt. Bloody Overlord casts a toll on them. Ankaris heals and then cuts loose the demon slashes. The healer saves everybody's butt, speeds them up, and King of Sins is toast. And once again, healers doesn't really matter if those two are working in sync. Just like I think if Ankaris was, like I said, 180, these people wouldn't stand even half a chance. Now they just dusted her. But those eyeballs are pretty nasty. And believe it or not, it looks like I just got whooped. Ankaris is a little bit too slow. That's the difference between having two 180s and having a 180 and a 160, where the 160 doesn't have enough kick. So we'll go back to the formation, take Ankaris out, put in LOS. What you see changes the ball game. Now, just to prove a point, I want to attack that same person. And we're going to see the difference between two 180s with crit damage runes set up for magic. And a 180 and a 160 where the 160 wasn't ready for it. Pop him, that way they target him. We got the counterattack going from LOS, helping out. Healer bringing people back up. Simple difference. If you want to go through GVH, you need two 180s. or some super runes. And what I mean by super runes is ones that give you super high crit rate, crit damage, and high speed. Then, of course, you need whatever your attack is, physical attack, magic attack, whichever. On Ankaris, it's physical. Clock, it's hit points. She works, Puppet works really well with oppression runes. I do not have a set for her yet. I'm still working on it. They don't just drop what you want when you want it. You got to farm it for a while. Then you got to work on taking it up and hope it rolls right. So she likes to bring back a healer. Not going to do her much good, considering Clock just made her eat his fist. Okay, so that's a good balance. Let's go ahead and run her back down here. Usually by the time you get to the door, this guy switched sides. So you got to watch where they're at on your map so that you can run through without having to fight a whole bunch of times. Once again, these guys are a pain. They like to steal your attack bar, make it so they get more attacks if you don't. So get out there, put as many debuffs on as possible so that Bloody Overlord can hand out the pain. Then LOS comes through, finishes off the crew. Now, by himself, Juster is not much unless he gets one of them random RNG rolls that just totally toast your entire team. I've seen him do it. But it is RNG based. So that is the only thing that holds Juster back from being a prime candidate for endgame teams is how his RNG rolls. Now, if they improved his RNG, he would be a top runner immediately. Now, here's the biggie. Can this group, with its new stuff, kill Ankaris before she dusts the team? And I mean that seriously. Ankaris is nasty. Even if these other guys get their hits off, you can still survive if that happens. And my friends, it looks like we have a win. A solo on GVH hard. Now, don't get me wrong, we still got to beat the boss. But the boss by herself has a massive shield. But she doesn't do massive damage when you've got your whole team out there. I'm not using anything to steal her attack bar, so there is a possibility she may still win. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can't put on her. Defense downs help when Puppet's got them put on. She says, Clock, you ain't going nowhere. Hopefully Clock can get a heal out here. There we go. Now the next time Bloody gets a big hit, he should do some damage, but it also depends on her shield. Her shield is nasty. I need to get more crit rate on some of these supports. If you want an easier win, bring in 2 or 3 characters with you. 2 or 3 players. Or if you have, like I do, you see my 2 characters down here. These are also mine, and I do use them to farm GVH because it's much easier. There's a lot more damage dealers or supports, and we can pretty much dust all this. Now you notice I have these guys set up and they farmed out too. They were farming in Courageia while I was at work. Picked up a few things that'll help later. Give me some silver books. Once again, You want to go over here to formation, switch to a formation that's not capped out. Now you notice he's here and he's in my main. That's because his top level is 160 and he's only at 143 at the moment. Oops, did I actually switch it? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Let's put that there. Get a quick 720,000. Another 720. Oh, there's 640. Couple different levels. This one's not as high as the other one, so it can't just farm it out like the other one can. However, you're going to see that those level 1s are now level 59s. And yes, I could dump them straight into him using diamonds if I had them. But he got a few levels out of it too. So I'll probably build these up some so that it doesn't take me quite as many to take him up and just use him as he is for now. So let's go here. Take her to the blacksmith. Do the same thing with this guy. Way lower account made many days after the other two. Ended up getting enough vigor for 4, taking him to 150, which should open up a growth gift, which is going to get me an epic, some evo mats, and some diamonds. Let's leave that so I can claim those. We got the victory on Angela. We also have some claims here from stuff that was done earlier. Okay, so let's just hit the wrong button. And there, hit this. Melt down these. I recently raised this person's armors with what I had. So it's important to farm those when you get the chance, because every little bit helps. Why waste time if you don't have to? The other thing that goes through is you get a level gift. I don't know why they call it a gift, because it still costs you money. However, they call it a level gift, and it gives you these 3 things for 99 cents, where normally this here alone, well, actually that's 1 potion. You can get one of these for 5 potions for 99 cents. But these make it worth it. If it's only 99 cents, what's it hurt? You should do it if you can afford it. So these have gone up, obviously. He's at max level now. So we'll kick him over there. Bring in one of these 2s for later. Oops. Did I remember to switch back? No. So as you see, I'm on this account, I need to get this one up to 5. And I have 2 3s. I need 1 more to create a 4 and then another 4. But I have enough to create another 3. And I shouldn't have put him in there because now I don't have it. No, I still do. And I can use him. Do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Yeah. We have to make sure. Don't want to up an S. Not again. Okay, so now I have 3 3s. Both those are in formation and they have experience on them. he doesn't. So what I'm going to do instead, come back here, the second formation, pull these. Now, they say it's because of the experience changes as you go up, but what I've found is if you use a 1, you're going to get less experience out of these other guys. Because he's a level 1 with no, nothing. So I like to use the ones that already have experience, the higher level one, and feed these ones into it. You notice he's 85, now he is 92. I only have him, so that gives me the 1 to feed him at a later time. So let's go back here, get the Evo, put him in there, and let's go ahead and for now, put that and that. It also helps me save SS's. Let's see what we got. See, these are from the farms. Oh, Evo mats. I also have pieces here from earlier. I didn't bother claiming them at the time. Still waiting on more people from the clan to actually join my streams at the moment. Only got 3 followers at the moment. So we're working on trying to get more followers out of the group. People who may enjoy, instead of just talking about life stuff, but people who want to learn about the game, people who are thinking about playing the game, so that they have a couple of guides, things that might help them throughout, their adventures. Here, friends, you can give energy to friends every day, which is what this is. Notice I've already used it on this one. But the more you have, the better off you are. So let's see. Choose these. And these up. So probably should have done that before, but that's okay. Now this guy, as he is smaller than the others, I've pretty much been trying to use stuff as fast as possible, except for I am trying to save his epics. So these ones I'm going to use so that I can use them as food to hopefully boost the clock up faster. I would like to get all of his to 140 before the drop of the new content, if that is at all possible. So let's see. Where is that brand new 4? There it is. Since he has the most space, experience-wise, we'll dump those in, give him a quick 5 levels. It also stops from wasting those when you try to create 1s, 2s, or 3s. As you can see, I don't have enough people to do any of that on him, and it's going to take some more time, me opening more stuff, or simply, it looks like a little lag. Obviously, from opening all those 99s, I'm going to get some more phantoms real quick. So I've been trying to keep most of my podcast or most of my streams down to a limit of 1 hour. We're down to about 50 minutes, or up to about 50 minutes at the moment. So by all means, if you have any questions, if you'd like to know anything about it, SG, ask away. Because in about 10 minutes, if we don't have some activities, I'm going to go ahead and end the podcast, or the stream. I don't know why I keep saying podcast. Now let's go ahead and get rid of these armor pieces over here. And burn down some of hers also. See if we can't do a little bit of evoing on her. Evo Mania. No, don't have enough of that, but I can do these. Now something you can check is always back here, because these ones that are in formations, they will not put any auto mixer. So do a quick Evo kick. Try and get them lined up. These ones, only reason they're up there is because they are in formation. So remember about them. Her I want to keep. But it looks like all I have is a couple twos, 1 3, and a lot of work to do. Let's collect these. Now, when I first started playing, people were saying, use the S's for energy essence, life essence. But as you can tell, if you're doing the top level farms, you get tons of essence. So save your S's for Evos. I mean, look at this. 3.1 million, and I can't possibly use it fast enough. If I run out, it means I've got a whole lot of phantoms and I've done a whole lot of evoing. Okay, so there's not much I can do on that account here. So what I'm going to do is jump everybody over to Shadow Basin. I'm going to do a quick run with all 3 characters through GVH. Save the rest of the diamonds that I have on my other characters. And I will end the stream with the end of the quick run through GVH. Giving you the difference between running with 1 person and with running with 3. So let's have Angela create the squad. Now if you're doing this and you're running 3 people through blue stacks, I would advise before you go in to check these. Okay, so I got this earlier the other day. This is one of my favorites. It stops the opposing team from healing to a point. I do have a shield that I can put up, but I like the shark because every time you kill something, it does more damage. This team here, these are my 2 runners. This team here, which is another reason why I need him up to 140, because he gets dusted in a lot of the fights quickly, being just an Evo 4. He doesn't have the defense that an Evo 5 has. I have been known to pop him out to put one of these in, but then I got to put him in on one of the other guys, and the other guys are much stronger. So I like to keep these 2 as the current running for them. And over here, we have the powerhouse right there. Now, one other thing I'll do to make it go a little bit faster, I'll pop her out. We'll just use the 1 puppet from Natasha. Angela will be the powerhouse, and then the support character will be Bones. Another nice thing you can do is just auto it and let it run through. You get a few extra fights, doesn't hurt too terribly. Um, I hope the people who watch this, like it. So do me a favor and click follow, and you'll be able to see other streams when I put them up. If you have any kind of a request, send me a message, and I will try to create a stream that answers your questions. Once the new update drops, I'll be kicking out some streams, trying to show people different things from the update, any advances that's been made, any changes. But pass this on for all your friends who may play Summoner's Glory. And by all means, if you like it, follow it, share it, and I will do my best to create more content for you. With that said, I'm going to let this play out, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the mic. Okay, we're down to the last boss. I want to thank you all for taking time to watch this. Um, as you can see, the dungeon went much faster, and they're going to tear apart um, Sevilla pretty quick with the three 180s, along with the defense down and the other debuffs that were getting put out there. Um, any questions? Once again, message me and I will try to answer them in other streams. If you want to pass it on, it's appreciative. Hit the follow button. That way I can get up there and become a partner so I can have these last a little bit longer on Twitch and go ahead and maintain making them. If no interest is shown, then I'm probably going to stop making them. But I was hoping that this would not only interest new players, but help out old players who are struggling to get to the top. So let me know what you think in the comments and stuff, and I'll do my best to change it to what you want it to be. And with that, that is all I'm going to show for the night. I hope this helps you all with all your questions and Evo equipment, how to farm it, where to get it, and how to take it up. Thank you very much.